Hi guys, welcome back on my channel today with me, Yufin Kun. So today I want to share to you in this short video the 5 best supporting characters that you can choose in this game. So guys, especially for those of you who are still want to beat up the Galactus in the Giant Boss raid and you already built up some good characters like the Sharon Rogers tier 3, Luna Snow tier 3, even though you already have both character on tier 3, but you might still find some difficulties in defeating the Galactus, then it means that probably you played so far wrong and you played so far also not with a good team as well. But don't worry guys, especially if you really have a very good strategy in building up these strong attackers characters like Luna Snow and also like the Sharon Rogers in order to beat up the Galactus, then you can also um, still need some information that basically in this video I want to share to you guys. So today I want to talk about 5 supporting character which is really important for you guys, and this supporting character is not only usable in the giant boss raid mode, but you can use also these supporting characters in the world boss ultimate mode. In the world boss ultimate mode you can equip these 5 supporting characters one by one, and then you can have it all to support your main attackers to beat up the world boss ultimate, and also it can help you in the giant boss raid as well. So today I wanted to share one by one all of these 5 supporting characters, and maybe even though you already play like for a long time but you don't know, or maybe you were lazy enough to read all of the information in this game, then you might find that these characters is the real reason why your gameplay is not really that strong enough. But especially for those any new players out there, which is haven't informed with this kind of critical information before, then you are very lucky today because actually I'm also still learning, and I'm learning from any veterans that I know in my alliance and also any player out there. So this is the reason why I want to share the knowledge that I know with all of you guys. And my knowledge here is very useful, and I want to share you the 5 supporting characters that you can use in the giant boss race and also in the world boss ultimate. So these characters that I share to you guys is not ranked from the best to the worst or the best to the less, the least characters, but I just share it in a random order. But I assure you that these 5 characters are really a good supporting characters. So number one that I want to share to you is the Seahawk. Especially if you already equip Seahawk with the newest uniform, and if you check into her skill, well, I haven't fully upgraded the skill of my Seahawk, but here if you know that in this game basically there are 2 type of skills. The first is the active skills, the second is the passive skills. And out of these 2, you may already know, especially many of you who already played this game like for a couple times or a long time, that there is also a leadership skill. So when you set up your team, I strongly suggest you guys that you really have to understand the mechanism of this game. So if you set up this team, like for instance here I have Thanos, Jean Grey, and a Captain Marvel, or like for instance here I have the Thanos, Thor, and the Mysterio. The character that I put in the middle, which is started the game with this character, is the leadership character. So the character with the leadership skill is having quite a different type of skills compared to the other characters. So if you take a look on the She-Hulk and we take a look on her skill, if you take a look on her leadership skill, then this is very good. Acquire to all allies, increases damage dealt to male type character by 60%. So if you're doing any game mode, like for instance the Giant Boss Raid, the Galactus, or Sentinel, the Master Mold, we all know that both of these type of villains, they are a male, and if you use her, then it means all allies that you are equipped together with her will have the increased damage until 60%, which is this is a really high improvement on the attack of your squad. And that's why I really strongly suggest her as the leader in your team, because she has a strong leadership skill. And you can also take a look into her any passive skills, that if you put her into the supporting characters, that it can help your all of your it can help yourself to increase the defense and everything so on. But this is the least important. And and also, if you put her as the leader and you decided to use her to attack the enemies, then it can help to increase the chain hit damage when got attacked. I mean, sorry, decreasing. But the best choice to use She-Hulk is for her leadership skill, because her leadership skill here is a very good one. So this is one from the five best, or the most recommended by myself, for any supporting character that you can use. So let's go for the second one. The second one that we have here is the Phil Coulson. So if we take a look on his skill, and we just go directly into his leadership, you can see that it applies only on hero allies. So if you equip him with any super villain type of allies, then the skill will not be activated to them. But to any hero allies that you equip together with him, then it can help to decrease the skill cooldown by 30% and also help to increase the critical attack. And if we take a look into the passive skills, which is only can be used into himself, it increases the striker rate, and it also the activation, the decrease the activation. And if we take a look on this passive allies, this is very good. This is the reason why you have to put Philip Coulson, because it has the passive skills that can decrease the damage of the from the super villain by 15%, and increase the damage dealt to super villain by 45%. So can you imagine if you combine these two, like if you put him with the Nick Fury or you put him with the She-Hulk, so you already get like the damage to the metal type 60%, and you can still have the damage to the super villain type by 45%. So this is really a strong character that you have to consider as a supporting character. And then the third one that I already mentioned, which is the Nick Fury. Nick Fury is really a good character as a supporting character as well, because if you take a look into his skill, especially for his leadership, he increased the 50% all attacks for the hero allies only. And then if we take a look into his passive skills, then it also applies to hero allies. It will help your character to be immune to any incapacitation effect. It will also increase the armor and the defense of your allies. But remember, notice it, don't forget about it, that it only applies on the hero allies. This is also increase the damage dealt to the super villain type character by 55%. So if you take a look into what I already shared to you, so you have to pay attention to the any leadership skill of your characters, and also you have to pay attention to any passive skills that your character has. So guys, in this case, we already talked about Nick Fury, we already talked about the She-Hulk, we also already talked about the Phil Coulson. So the character number 4 that I want to share also is nonetheless the White Fox. White Fox, if we take a look on her skill of her leadership, it's quite good because it helped you and your allies to be having the debuff effects by 40%. And it can also debuff it have also to reduce the debuff duration by 24%. So this is really a nice characters. And if we take a look on her passive skills, it helped allies with any leadership to having the damage dealt to super villain, especially by 60%, guys. So remember, these all 4 characters are really good supporting characters. And the other one that I want to share to you is also a speed type character, which is Shuri, guys. So if we take a look into the Shuri leadership skill, then Shuri basically is not that good at the leadership skill. She is mostly recommended for her passive skills, because it helps all of your allies, regardless they are villain or they are hero, they will have the decreased damage received by the supervillain type characters by 35%, and it will increase their damage dealt to the supervillain type by 45%. So those are the 5 characters, the supporting characters that I can recommend to you to overcome the heavy mode like the World Boss Ultimate or any heavy mode like the Giant Boss Raid that you are now still struggling, especially for those who still want to acquire the Silver Surfer biometrics. So guys, I hope this short video can help you to understand the supporting characters, that basically they are the characters that you use not to attack, but they are the characters that you use together with your attackers because of their leadership, because of their because of their passive skills. And please remember to put these characters together with all of your team when you try to deal a huge damage against your enemy. So guys, I hope this video can give you some knowledge. It can help you. Thank you very much for your time. Have a nice time. Have a good day, guys. And please give your likes. Please give your subscribes. Enjoy your game also. Bye bye.